a roller coaster ride in terms of watching Elon go through the trials and tribulations of working and the toll that's, it takes on a relationship. And you accept that when you're, spending time with him, you're getting a very small part of him because 95% of his mental energy is still being consumed by these problems. He doesn't get any breaks from it.
You have to spend a tremendous amount of your time at work. There's no such thing as the 8-hour-a-day in Silicon Valley in any field.
At this point, I would say I'm a little tired of the internet. The next company that I do, one of the things that I think would be important is that it has some long-term beneficial effect. I'm interested in doing something that's in a different sphere, going back to why I originally came out to Silicon Valley, which was to study energy physics. Real estate is starting to finally go down in price. I think almost by definition, having a traditional American way of life is antithetical to Silicon Valley, or at least the two cannot coincide. It's not attracting those in search of easy money to the degree it was a year or so ago. Approximately 2 years ago, I started X.com. We were only about 5 people in total. The company is now over 600 people. I would say it's been fairly successful, given that X.com, now called PayPal, is the #1 financial site in the world. It got to the point where I didn't really want to be, I was neither well-suited to run a company of that size, nor was I particularly interested in running a 600-plus person company. So I decided to remain as a director of the company, but look for something else to do. On a personal level, at this point, I would say I'm a little tired of the internet. The next company that I do, one of the things that I think would be important is that it has some long-term beneficial effect. I'm interested in doing something that's in a different sphere, going back to why I originally came out to Silicon Valley, which was to study energy physics.
I am glad that Elon is no longer as firmly embedded in the Silicon bubble.
I was in a hospital on and off for 2 months. I got malaria when I went to visit South Africa. I came within 36 hours of dying.
It was unbelievable. I wasn't scared then because I just couldn't consider the fact that you might die.
Having gone through that experience really gives me a sense for the other aspects of life and appreciating friends and family and spending time with people that you love.
Just the idea of you being felled by this little mosquito was really shocking.
And as a Silicon Valley entrepreneur, you don't really do that very much.
Yeah, see, look at all these landings you did.
I just bought a plane. I've always wanted to fly and to learn to be a pilot, and I should get my pilot's license very soon, actually. It's nice to have a few cool assets, like the McLaren, the plane, a couple of things, but I would have had a lot to regret if I died in hospital, having, very much neglected a lot of things on the personal side for business.
Hi, Elon Musk speaking.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and Elon Musk anxiously waits for his prize for paying his dues in the valley.
He was always talking about the McLaren F1. Cost $1 million, fastest production car in the world. Only 64 were made. I said, why don't you just go out and buy a McLaren F1? And then a week later, he did.
Wow, I can't believe it's actually here. It's pretty wild, man.
Just 3 years ago, I was showering at the Y and sleeping on the office floor. And now, obviously, I've got a $1 million car and quite a few creature comforts.
It really is.
There it is, gentlemen, the fastest car in the world.
I could go and buy one of the islands in the Bahamas and turn it into my personal fiefdom. I'm much more interested in trying to build and create a new company.
When we were acquired, a number of us were talking about where Elon would be in the future. And we said either he'll be the richest guy on the planet or he'll be totally dead broke, but there would be nothing in between.
Elon invests almost all of his money into his next venture.
So this is an ATM. What we're going to do is transform the traditional banking industry.
He becomes CEO of a banking company that will soon be worth billions of dollars. But whilst away on honeymoon, Elon is ousted as CEO. He retains his shares, but no longer has any significant role at the company.
You know, I think it's not a good idea to leave the office when there are like a lot of major things underway which are causing people a great deal of stress. There was just a lot of worry that caused the management team to decide that I wasn't the right guy to run the company.
Wow, what a formative event. It leaves a mark. You feel betrayed.